movie begins with a futuristic society bustling with people. There are advertisements and hoarding boards everywhere. There are also police cars flying on cars in search of Batman. In the city, two robot guards are walking and talking about their plans after work. Just then, a robotic wolf runs towards them whilst avoiding all traps. The menacing wolf then jumps on one guard and destroys it. The other guard tries to shoot it with lasers, but the wolf bites its legs and destroys it as well. The robotic wolf finally enters Star Labs, which the guards seem to be protecting. It enters a room filled with lasers and avoids them with ease. The robotic wolf then tries to steal something that lies in the middle of the room, but it is stopped by Batman. It quickly shoots wires from its body and climbs to the roof while being chased by Batman. That's when Batman throws a bomb at the wolf and it falls down the roof. However, it isn't destroyed. It just stands up and starts running again with Batman chasing it. Because of this, he ends up causing an accident on the road, but the people are more excited about seeing Batman. This whole fiasco causes Batman to lose track of the robotic wolf, which quickly flees the scene. Meanwhile, Cheetah, a villain, is robbing a jewelry shop, but Nightwing stops her just in time. The two fight for a while until Nightwing uses his stick to electrocute Cheetah. Just then, Cheetah claims that she isn't alone. Suddenly, Killer Croc jumps out off the floor, but Nightwing starts to make fun of his weight. This causes Killer Croc to be furious and he starts attacking Nightwing brutally. Nightwing throws his stick at the alarm, but Cheetah picks it up. She then hits Nightwing on the back of his head, which causes him to fall to the ground. The villains are about to flee when Flash shows up. Killer Croc throws a punch at Flash, and he flies backward while Cheetah also throws Nightwing to where Flash is. Both of them stumble on the ground, but somehow manage to get on their feet. Cheetah and Killer Croc finally flee the scene. After a while, Nightwing says that he should report this to Batman, and leaves. On the other hand, a talking gorilla also known as Silverback is robbing Gotham City Bank. He tries to run away, but that's when Green Arrow stops him. They fight for a bit and Silverback seems to be struggling against Green Arrow. Just then, another villain called Man-Bat shows up. They all fight for a while until Silverback calls for backup, and two robotic animals appear. While Batman and Green Arrow fight these two animals, Silverback and Man-Bat run away. The heroes finally defeat the robotic animals, who quickly scramble out of the bank. In Gotham City, three people sit outside someplace and gossip. Suddenly, the door opens and two people come out holding a bag. The three notorious men scare the others away and steal all the goods in their bag. Just then, they turn around and see a man walking in a funny way. The three guys make fun of him, which makes the stranger furious. Because of this, he uses his umbrella to take screws out of a pole, which causes bricks to fall on one man's head. The other two men run towards him, but the man defeats them as well and leaves. In Batman's base, Red Robin is training and Batman is investigating the robberies caused by the Animalitia. They're the animal-like villains of Gotham City. Batman says that there's a pattern in their crimes, and that all the crimes that are happening seem to be forming a circle around the aviary, which is Gotham City's newest and tallest building. Just then, Alfred enters the Batcave and informs Batman that he has to attend the grand opening of the aviary. Batman agrees and goes to the grand opening. There, he talks to an old lady called Gladys Windsmere. The two talk for a bit until Batman asks Gladys about the host. Gladly replies that she knows the host and will fetch the host for him. After a while, Batman introduces the police commissioner, James Gordon, to Gladys as she's having some problems. Gladys quickly takes James away while asking him if he can fix a pothole near her house. After the opening, Batman bumps into Green Arrow, and they start talking. Gladys comes back just then with the host, who introduces himself as Oswald Cobblepot. He is also known as Penguin. Cobblepot and Batman shake hands and talk for a while until the show starts. That's when Penguin introduces some robotic animals which look exactly like the one Batman and the others had fought. Penguin claims that they are going to use those animals to bring peace to their city, but Batman doesn't believe him. After a while, Batman goes on to introduce the scientist who made the designs for the animals. The scientist is none other than Dr. Kirk Langstrom. Dr. Langstrom walks to the stage and cracks jokes about the animals, but nobody laughs at them. Batman and Green Arrow are already suspicious of this man. Because of this, Batman plants a tracking device on Dr. Langstrom. After the speech, Penguin uses his umbrella and starts fireworks in the building. Sometime later, Penguin zooms in on some girls talking about him. He hears them talking badly about his appearance. Penguin gets frustrated because of this and quickly ends the ceremony. However, the people don't leave, so he uses his robotic animals to scare them all and they run out of the building quickly. After the party ends, Batman returns back to the base where Red Robin is, and they continue to do research. That's when Batman claims that the robberies on circular patterns are missing two places. One of them is the Gotham Zoo. This means that the next robbery is going to take place in the zoo. Because of this, Batman tells Red Robin to alert the others, and they go to the zoo. Meanwhile, all the villains are walking through a sewer and are on their way to the zoo. They finally reach their destination. Just then, Silverback asks them to complete the mission. All the villains agree, but suddenly, Man-Bat hears the superheroes. Because of this, the villains split up to complete the mission. The heroes realize their enemy's plan. In order to defeat them, Batman proposes that he will go after Cheetah and leave. The others start to split up as well. Batman starts wandering around tree branches when he hears Cheetah's voices. He looks around for her. Just then, she attacks from the top. She throws Batman on the ground, and now he is surrounded by other cheetahs. Batman fights all of them off. After he deals with the cheetahs, he starts fighting with his true enemy. He throws a bomb at Cheetah which soon explodes, defeating her in the process. Meanwhile, Green Arrow goes to the swamp to find Killer Croc. However, other crocodiles started surrounding him. Green Arrow defeats them easily. He then starts fighting Killer Croc while throwing nets at the other crocodiles. Just then, Killer Croc attacks him and ties him up with his own net. The notorious Croc starts to walk away. That's when Green Arrow uses his teeth to shoot his arrow which ends up hitting Killer Croc. Killer Croc gets furious to see that Green Arrow hasn't yet been defeated and starts charging at him. He's about to attack, but suddenly, he becomes unconscious and falls on top of Green Arrow. Meanwhile, Flash finds Silverback and charges at him, but his foot gets stuck in a rope. The rope pulls him, causing him to hang upside down. Flash struggles to get out of the rope, and that's when several other gorillas start playing with the rope. Some time passes by, but still, the gorillas continue playing with Flash. Flash finally manages to get out of the trap and catches up to Silverback. He then punches his enemy, knocking him unconscious. The other gorillas clap at his punch, and he appreciates it. With Red Robin and Nightwing, they finally find Man-Bat and are about to approach him. Just then, Red Robin hits a bat with his weapon, which ultimately causes a bunch of bats to fly out of their cave. Man-Bat then takes this opportunity to grab Red Robin's leg and flies away. Batman, Green Arrow, and Flash tie up all three villains that they have defeated. Just then, Man-Bat comes there, still holding Red Robin by his foot while Nightwing chases them. Nightwing throws his stick to electrocute Man-Bat, and Red Robin is saved. However, Man-Bat frees the other three, and suddenly three robotic animals come as a backup while the other villains hang on Man-Bat's legs and fly away. Watching all this unfold, Batman drives away in his car with the three robotic animals following him. Green Arrow and Red Robin are also right behind them. This goes on for a while, and Green Arrow shoots an arrow at the robotic bat, destroying it. Nightwing starts a crane at the construction site and hangs metal planks in it. Just then, Batman reaches the construction site and fires two bombs from his car. The bombs cut the rope in which the planks were hanging, causing them to fall down on one of the animals. Nightwing also takes this opportunity to throw his stick to electrocute the robotic animal and destroys it. Batman starts driving again with one of the robotic animals following him. However, Flash runs the opposite way, and the animal follows him instead. Flash then stops in front of a wall, causing the robot to crash right into the wall and get destroyed. Finally, Batman takes the robotic animals to the Bat Cave and inspects them. It turns out that the robbers weren't at the place of the robberies to steal stuff. They were there to leave something behind. Because of this, Batman says that he needs Dr. Langstrom to hack the robots. Batman, Nightwing, and Green Arrow all reach the secret base of Penguin to find Langstrom. There, Green Arrow shoots an arrow at where the villains are. The arrow ends up hitting Penguin's favorite hat. Green Arrow then shoots a net at Penguin and traps him. Silverback and Cheetah go after Green Arrow while Nightwing and Batman enter the secret base. After a while, Batman climbs onto Man-Bat's back. Man-Bat flies out of the building while Nightwing fights Killer Croc in Penguin's base. Meanwhile, Penguin finally frees himself from the net and electrocutes Nightwing with his umbrella. In turn, Killer Croc throws Nightwing down the building, but Flash catches him just in time. Batman is still flying on Man-Bat's back when he slips. He somehow manages to catch onto Man-Bat's leg, and that's when he sees the same track device he set on Langstrom is on Man-Bat's leg. Suddenly, he realizes that Langstrom is Man-Bat. To find out the truth, Batman puts a device on Man-Bat's head that causes Man-Bat to become unconscious. Batman then opens his wings and flies away. On the other hand, Cheetah is tied up with a rope, but she frees herself with her claws and goes back up to the rooftop again. This time, Flash also appears and they start fighting. Just then, Green Arrow throws some arrows at the ground below Silverback. The arrows were actually bombs, and they explode in front of Silverback, causing one of his eyes to turn red. That's when Penguin appears riding on Killer Croc's back while Killer Croc is flying on Penguin's umbrella. Penguin summons his teammates by saying that they have a lot to do before the fireworks start. Hearing this, Cheetah and Silverback fly away. Just then, Batman appears with Man-Bat, and they go back to the base. In the base, Batman starts working on an antidote that turns Man-Bat back into a human for 3 hours. Turns out that Dr. Langstrom had created a serum that grants humans a bat-like sonar sense to assist the deaf and the blind. But when he tried it on himself, Penguin trapped Langstrom into becoming Man-Bat and included him in Animalitia. After a while, Batman uses the antidote on Man-Bat and he turns back into Langstrom. Langstrom then helps the others hack the robots and teaches them about it. Batman finally figures out Penguin's plan. Penguin is planning to crash the Meta's heart in Gotham City. The gadgets that the robbers left at their place of robberies would form a circle around the aviary. The circle can form a force field strong enough to pull the asteroid downward. That's when Penguin will use the robots to sort through the rubble and retrieve the gold in the center of the asteroid. With Penguin and the villains, they start the plan, and all the things they left at the place they robbed form joined together. The gadgets form a force field and start pulling the asteroid into Gotham City. Meanwhile, Batman locks up Man-Bat so that after the serum ends, he will no longer be able to help Penguin. Just then, he sees Penguin on all the billboards, and he is on TV talking about destroying Gotham City. Batman and the others get ready to defeat Penguin. The Commissioner along with the police force try to stop the Animalitia, but fail miserably. Batman appears just then and says that he is going to go right through the force field. He presses the button on his belt that activates a shield on his body. The shield lets him pass through the force field easily. Penguin is enraged seeing this and sends all the robotic animals down to destroy Batman. However, Batman uses the robots he hacked as a bike and drives away with the robotic animals following him. On the other hand, Flash also starts running toward the force field and passes it just like Batman did. He runs to the Gotham City Bank to destroy one of the devices that are forming the field. That's when he is stopped by the robotic animals. The animals won't let him pass anymore. Just then, the robotic animals Batman had hacked come into action and defeat the other animals. Flash then gets the device and throws it to the hacked robotic animal. The animal just bites it and breaks it, causing the whole force field to be destroyed. Meanwhile, Batman is still getting chased by the animals. Green Arrow shoots bomb arrows at them, and Nightwing is using his sticks to destroy them. The villains see this and that's when they notice that the asteroid is still heading toward them. Without the force field, they all will pass away. Because of this, Penguin says that it's his cue to leave. Cheetah asks where he is going, and Penguin replies that he had built an escape pod only for himself. One of the robotic animals catches up to Batman and starts biting him. Just then, Man-Bat suddenly breaks the cage he was trapped in and starts attacking Red Robin. The heroes have planned a virus that would turn off all the robots, and it has finally been uploaded. The robots are now stopped and fall to the ground one by one. Meanwhile, Red Robin rides on Man-Bat's back and tries to remind Langstrom who he is. Finally, Langstrom remembers. On the other hand, the villains plan to get out of Gotham City, but the heroes stop them. That's when the robotic animals also start attacking them. It seems Batman is planning something to stop the asteroid. They have created another force field that shields the whole city. After a while, the asteroid finally hits the city, but it is safely protected by the force field. All the remains of the asteroid fall into the water that surrounds the city. All the citizens of Gotham City cheer because of this. Man-Bat has now turned back into Dr. Landstrom permanently. The doctor thanks Batman for this, and now all the villains have been arrested. They all bid goodbye to each other and return to their homes. Also, as it turns out, Green Arrow had shot some arrow bombs at Penguin's escape pod, causing it to crash. Because of this, Penguin is now stranded in the middle of Antarctica with a bunch of real penguins surrounding him from all four sides.